Well, Mr. Jackson, how are you?
Fine, Miss Rhea. How are you?
That song is quite appropriate. It's talking about hearing. I heard it through the grapevine. You know that was written and sung by Gladys Knight. And I'm wondering, I've been hearing some things about you, and I'm wondering if you could give us some type of explanation, a deeper explanation of what this is. I heard that you have a tax-free, unincorporated, common law ministry trust. First of all, I know tax-free means I don't think you're not paying any taxes, but I just I'm overwhelmed. It's blowing my mind at the same time because I don't know what else to say. So I need you to take this apart for me, step at a time. Can you do that, please?
I most certainly can, Miss Rhea. Let's start off with the tax free, okay, to begin with. I have a 508 trust, which is governed by IRC, which is Internal Revenue Code 6033A, which states that my trust is 100% tax free, not tax exempt, okay, not tax deferred, but it is tax free. So I pay no taxes as it pertains to my trust.
So what's the difference of Mr. Jackson between tax deferred and tax free?
Tax deferred means that at some point later on down the line, you're going to have to pay taxes. They're just deferred until a later time. So the reason that people do that is because they figure later on down the line, they'll be in a much lower tax bracket. So therefore they won't pay so much on taxes. But unfortunately, that's not true because they won't realize that by the time they transition, there's no telling what the taxes and everything may be. So it's really just tax deferred where you're going to pay the taxes later on down the line, just not right here and now. Where with my ministry trust that I have, it is tax free. I don't pay taxes on it ever.
You pay $0 for taxes?
$0 for
Wow.
taxes with this trust.
Mm. Okay, so that's clear. Now, you talked about self-supporting. What is that about?
Self-supporting means that the trust can literally take care of itself pretty much. All I do, I put items, I put money into the trust, I write out checks, and it just self-supports itself and everything. So it is very self-supporting. There's not a whole lot I have to do with the trust at all. It's self-supporting. It takes care of itself pretty much.
Okay, I think you're leaving something out right there. If it's self-supporting, some kind of way it's making money, and I need a little clarification on that self-supporting.
Sure, it's making money because I have a company with Action One Mortgage Counseling Inc., which is my company which I've had since 1995, where I am a legacy coach. So we show people how to earn generational wealth through trust education, tax elimination, and real estate. So that company that I have is incorporated and it's on the statutory side. So therefore what I do is the money that I earn from my business, I take that money, I write out a check from my company to my ministry trust. And in the line item, I put donation because I am donating money that I've made from the statutory side to my trust, which is on the common law side. Okay, so at that point, once I write a check, put it into my trust, I pay all my bills, everything that I need to pay, all the money that I spend is spent out of my trust. And the reason I do that is because with this type of trust that I am able to get 4 times the amount of money that I spend each and every year back in tax credits from my trust.
So that's why it's self-supporting, because you're earning money as you're spending money.
Actually, that is correct. But it's more like I'm circulating money while I'm spending money because that money is going to come back to me. Normally, when you spend money, the normal way of spending money, you just spend it and that's it. It's gone. Okay. But with my ministry trust, when I spend money, the money is circulated. So therefore, again, it's going to come back to me at the end of the year when I file for tax credits. So that's why it's considered a self-supporting ministry trust. It supports itself.
So you're actually going to be accumulating tax credits on every dollar that you spend with your trust.
That is absolutely correct.
And who pays you this money that you are getting as you say you circulate in your funds?
Well, when it comes time for me to be able to file for my tax credit, the Internal Revenue Service is going to pay me. So
you
that
mean
means,
this is a legal?
Yes. I knew that was coming next. Yes, it is 100% legal because the Internal Revenue Code, IRC 6033A, states that it is a legal trust. And therefore, when I file my tax credits, IRS are going to pull the credits for me, and they're going to pay me the tax credits that I have coming to me. After they take out their 37%, of course. They're going to get their money no matter what. So they'll take out their 37%. The company that I'm working with and everything, they are asking 20%, which I have no problem with, which will leave me 4.3 times the amount that I spent throughout the whole year in order to get back in tax credits and monies back to me.
So what is this company that you're working with?
Stellar Real Estate Academy. Okay. They are the ones that I'm actually working with, and they're the ones that I have my trust through. So that's where I got my trust, through Stellar Real Estate Academy. They got the trust for me. So by them giving me the trust, helping me to understand how to operate my trust and what to do, I have agreed to give them 20%, which I have no problem in doing whatsoever. Considering I'm going to get 4.3 times the amount that I spent, I'm okay with that. Absolutely.
Well, that certainly is good news. Maybe that grapevine was a little more accurate than I thought it was. But I do want to know, you saying this is a ministry trust. So do I have to become a nun in order to get this trust? Some type of minister in the church?
No.
Pastor? What do I have to do?
No, Miss
Do I have to
Leah.
become Pastor Teresa?
Only if you wish to, but it's not required in order to have a ministry trust at all. It just happens to be governed. It's a ministry trust, so it happens to be a religious type of trust. So you don't have to be a pastor, a lay person, or anything else in order to own the trust. All you have to do is apply for it, fill out the intake form, put all your information on there, send it in, and they will prepare your trust for you.
So if I was interested in finding more information about this trust, how would I do that?
Well, actually, we have what we call a financial IQ challenge, which we do each and every month. Which, in doing that, we answer questions from people that have questions about the trust. How does it work? What do we do? Where is it from? All the questions that people would normally ask. How is it and the biggest one is, how is it irrevocable? Okay, a lot of people ask that question. What do you mean irrevocable trust? Well,
I didn't get to that word yet, but I'm going to explain
okay.
it. So,
that happens to be one of the biggest things that
right.
people ask about the trust. What do you mean by irrevocable? They're wondering what that means. And when it says irrevocable, that means that a family member cannot come behind me after I transition. A family member cannot come back and say, well, you know what? They want this to go to court. And then they come to the judge and say, Judge, my father or my uncle or my granddad was kind of sick at the time he did this and everything. This is not right. He didn't name any of us as heirs, nothing. So we know there was something wrong with him because we know he wanted to include us in his wills and in his trust. So we need to have this revoked and everything and redone some kind of way. And the judge would just tell him, well, you know what? I am so sorry, but Mr. Jackson E. Lucas Jr. created a irrevocable trust, which means that there is no way that IRS, me as judge, or anyone else can revoke anything that he has done or anything that he has placed in this trust. We cannot do anything. Now, it is amendable, which means if I want to amend some things in there, if I want to change my trustee, if I want to change the co-trustee, if I want to change my beneficiary, anything I want to do, I can amend the trust, but it is irrevocable.
Well, I do appreciate you explaining me the news I heard through the grapevine. And I just want to say congratulations to you because that's exciting news. And I just don't know. I think it's phenomenal that you are now with the 1% of the population because most people don't know about a common law trust. And I believe that's only I'd say about 1% of the population that can be able to say that. So thank you for spending the time.
And that is, I thank you so much for having me. And for anyone that is interested in learning more about the trust, there is a link at the bottom of the video. You can click on that link, come join the Financial IQ Challenge, and learn more and ask your own questions that you may have about this trust and find out more and how to get on the other side of money. Take care. God bless. Stay safe.